Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. Thank you everyone that submitted questions for this week's Korra Q&A. Good news too, I'm actually glad I waited a couple days because we just found out about the latest comic that's going to be coming out. It'll actually be next year. Careful for spoilers though if you're not caught up on the episodes, starting with questions. So, number 1, Grizz asks, I think Kuvira is going to try and destroy the Banyan Grove tree, and Korra will somehow have to energy bend herself to become the new center of balance between the spirit world and the real world, which may reconnect her to her past lives or make her into a kind of lion turtle figure. So there is a possibility that somehow she could separate herself from her physical body like she is now. Or it could be like a book 1 situation where, like Princess Yue, she has to give back the energy that was given to her, a la Raba, to replace what was lost by the tree. I don't think necessarily that returning things during Wan's time would be balanced though, because there was a lot of class inequality at that time. And now we're starting to get into the idea of democracy, like with President Reiko and the United Republic. I do think there'll be like a really sad ending. I don't know if Korra will die. That's definitely still a high possibility. Like she could sacrifice herself somehow. But I don't think completely taking away bending is the answer. I would totally lose my shit if she brought the lion turtles back somehow. As far as we know, they've completely died off. I don't think that we ever really got an answer about what happened to the one we saw during Avatar Book 4. I was kind of hoping to see that again during Korra. So fingers crossed for lion turtles. Question number 2. Anne-Marie asks, is the sky bison that Opal, Lin, and Bolin taking sick? It looks pretty sick. Yes, yeah, like it has all the junk coming out of its nose. I think it has something to do with what's going on between the balance between the spirit world and the real world. They'll probably explain that in the next episode though. Things are kind of wonky between the spiritual world and the physical world. And we've seen the spiritual consequences of that. Like the spirit wild's going crazy and like the vines taking people. I think the sky bison getting sick is that manifesting in the real world. There's no way they would make it look that sick with that big of a runny nose without something really being wrong. Question number 3, Lupita asks, is Korra able to lava bend as well? Do you think anyone is going to die before the show ends? Big questions. Okay, so Korra, yes. Korra can do any type of bending. She just has to learn the technique. As for people dying, I would say if there's a good chance of people dying, it would be original Avatar characters, as well as Korra herself. The interesting thing about Korra metal bending and like doing all the sub-styles is that it's really just a matter of her putting in the homework. As we've seen, homework, not really her strong suit. Like it was really hard for her to learn how to airbend. It's very much like a metaphysical thing, so it requires Korra to go to this really mental place. And of all the things that have been really messed up with her in the last 4 books, her head has been the most messed up. If her disconnection from Rava is any example, then even a minor mental block is enough to completely cut her off from her bending abilities. And when you really think about it, energy bending should be the most difficult style, and she actually seems to have a pretty easy time energy bending. The reason they explained that she didn't do it whenever she was fighting Kuvira is because she was just trying to choose the rational path. Question number 4, Cameron asks, why do you think that Zahir didn't try to use airbending while he was in chains? I would say they probably just made the chains too strong for him to break. Just from a logic standpoint, without trying to overanalyze things too much, they wanted Zahir to be stuck in prison, so whatever the story required for him to be stuck in there, like they would have invented that. Like that's the explanation. And he's such a spiritual person. He lost Pali that now he's probably just super zen all the time. Like he probably just spends as much time as possible inside the spirit world. So his physical body doesn't matter quite so much. Although to be fair, he cannot bend in the spirit world, whereas Korra can, as we've learned now. That's actually a significant reversal on canon. Or maybe you could look at it from the perspective of them just not fully explaining it before. That's always an interesting thing too. We could spend like a whole other video talking about, the way they explain the logic. They haven't pulled the rug out from under us too much, but when you think about it, it's possible for some of these characters to be unreliable narrators. Maybe even an Avatar, like Korra's an Avatar, so if she has a misconception about something and explained it to someone else, then we'll get the wrong idea about it, because you kind of automatically assume that the Avatar knows everything, especially if it's one of the past lives, like one of the older Avatars, like Avatar Roku. It would be interesting to see Zahir let out of that prison. I mean, he is very powerful. I would think that if anyone was going to die in the finale that was not Korra, it would be someone that Zahir killed. And I think if they did let him out, he would actually just go after Kuvira and try to kill her. That would actually be a pretty badass fight. Kuvira versus Zahir. Question number 5, Dave asks, do you think that Toph will fight Kuvira for taking spirit vines? I do think there'll be some sort of conflict. I mean, Toph walks up in the teaser, so clearly they're going to have some sort of battle between the Beifong family and Kuvira's army. I think what we'd see is Toph take out like a large section of their army. She's so powerful, I mean, she is like a club. Beifong would be more like the knife. Like, she's not quite as powerful as Toph, so she would probably be the one to run in. Toph would probably be like their linebacker. Like, she would just run at the defense so that it distracted everyone and the rest of them could slip in and steal the family. So if we see anything from Toph, I think it will be like some giant distraction. As awesome as it would be to see her fight Kuvira directly, it'd be more personal to see Su Yin fight Kuvira. So if anyone actually fights Kuvira directly, I think it'll be Su Yin. She is kind of like Su Yin's daughter in a way, so it's much more cats in the cradle. Question number 6, PC Guy asks, what about Asami's father? He's a genius too. I assume you're talking about helping fight Kuvira. Yes, I do think he'll give them some advice from inside prison. I don't think they'll let him out, like he'll still have to serve his sentence out, but I do think he'll help. We've only seen a little bit from Asami's father, but I think that he'll probably provide like some small technical advice that'll help them solve their problem. Asami and Varrick might hit a wall, like with some sort of equation or some sort of device, and he'll just provide the solution to that. I've said it before, but I think it's just going to be a more advanced version of what Varrick did whenever they were escaping the Earth Kingdom, like a giant EMP. Something to take out their entire army at the same time, because Kuvira has a shitload of mechs. The other really cool solution would be like some badass chain lightning. I'm going to go ahead and guess that all those mechs are not made out of non-conductive metal, although I would not be surprised if they did have a little bit of platinum in them, just as a defense mechanism against other metal benders. Question 7, Full-Time Slacker asks, if Izumi has all the political power, what exactly does Zuko do anymore besides be a reference to Last Airbender? Wow, that's harsh. Zuko is more of a White Lotus figure now. And when I say White Lotus business, I mean I'm mostly talking about spiritual matters, like big world problems that don't necessarily just involve the Fire Nation. I think he's on the same path as Iroh. He's not quite as spiritual as Iroh was though, like not quite as wise yet. We briefly saw him during the Earth King's coronation. He didn't have any speaking lines, but hopefully he comes back with the dragon, with Ruck. I would actually like to see some dragon eggs before the end of the series, but they might say that for the comics. Question 8, Jessica asks, what do you think the spirit vines were trying to do to the people that they took? What's with the spirit pod things? I'm actually guessing that it was all a mechanism to get Korra to fix herself. I'm sure they'll explain it better whenever the DVD commentary is released. Mike and Brian always record DVD commentaries and explain everything in really great detail. But I'm guessing that the spirits did it as a big call to action to Korra. Like it was all about Korra. Otherwise, they would have taken a lot of people. There is a small chance that they were somehow feeding on the energy inside people. It's such a weird thing that I do think that they'll explain it in the next couple of episodes, though. Like it seems like too big of a thing to just brush over. Question 9, Akash asks, what happened to Julie? She's still working on that big weapon with Baatar Jr. I think by the time we see Kuvira again back in the swamp, like not with a vision, like actually see her there, the weapon will be done, so that's when we'll see Julie again. I'm hoping to get some more context, some more lines from her that spell out whether or not she really did turn on Varrick, or if she's running some sort of inside job. She went from almost making out with him big time to like hardcore hating him within an episode. I feel like that's too quick of a turn for it to be completely genuine. I feel like she's running some sort of long con on Kuvira. Question number 10, Corey asks, if you could hang out with any Legend of Korra character, who would it be? I guess it would depend on what I was trying to do. You know, if I had enough coffee, like if I was caffeinated, I would totally hang out with Bolin. Otherwise, he would totally drain all my energy. Otherwise, I would say, maybe Asami. Asami feels like one of the more interesting characters now. Just to justify my pick, yeah, Korra is the most powerful character. She's super cool. But think about it this way. The Avatar is like completely disconnected from pop culture. And if you wanted to hang out with someone, you'd probably talk about like what was going on in the world, things that were cool, like cool bands, cool games. Korra is completely disconnected from that right now. She's been out to lunch for like 3 years. So she would not really have that many interesting things to say. Now, if you wanted to say work out, like she'd be amazing. Like she'd be an awesome workout partner. But if you just wanted to chill out, Asami is probably the smartest character on the show. Thank you so much, everyone, for submitting questions. These are always a ton of fun to do. Remember, okay, really important date, December 19th, 2-part finale. I may have said a different date in one of my other videos, but it's basically like a new episode every week, or basically episode 10, and then a week after that, episode 11, and then 2 episodes. It's the same time every season. They always do 2 episodes at the very end. So there'll be a couple more weeks of regular bonus videos. Be sure to subscribe to get everything, which actually reminds me, congratulations to this week's giveaway winner, Garrett Williams. You win the Amazon gift card. Just message me on my channel for details. You basically win a $20 Amazon gift card. So again, just quick reminder on the comic book coming out September 23rd, 2015. I know that's a long ways away. They said they've already talked about the next couple comics. They kind of have an idea about what kind of stories they want to do, but it just means that there will be more Dark Horse comics. So whenever it does roll around to next year, that first Smoke and Shadow comic, it'll just be part one of 3. So everybody breathe easy. I'll totally do a separate bonus video about it. They did not say anything about a Legend of Korra comic, but that's probably on the table. And just real quick reminder, new mobile links up here. If you're on your mobile phone or on your tablet or somewhere else, you can click on those. It's the same as the links over here. But right now, click here for my episode 9 video and click here for my episode 8 video. Thank you so much for watching. So let's all high five. I will see you guys tonight.